Now we're live.
So now we're live. Hi.
So if I get this,
In at TRINNY London, and we're waiting for one of the ladies to come. But I thought with Ellie, what I'd do is go through, and we'll just do different lip colours and see what they're like. Okay. So new lip gloss. So what I do first, because Ellie is like 12 and I'm like 50, I take the face finish first before I do any strong lip, and I put it above my lip line. And although face finish is primarily to get rid of shine, it does just do a gentle softening. It does a softening of those lip line areas like that. Okay, softening. So we're both going to do Dahlia.
Yeah.
I always use my finger, but there's Ellie using a brush, and I feel you always see me do it with my finger, so I'll do it with a brush as well.
Okay.
I'll do it with a brush as well.
You feel more comfortable with finger?
I feel so comfortable with fingers because I have such fat lips, they can take a finger, but I'll try and be.
I have piercings, so I have to.
She has to circumnavigate. So they're very different colours. Okay, I am dark brunette, and I have my hair coloured. I've had my hair coloured a bit darker. I've had a bit of the warmth taken out of it. I had a very, you know, when you go to the hairdresser, Ellie, and you kind of are desperate to see, you know, you're kind of a bit fed up. You've all, well, let's share this conversation, ladies. We're not on our own in a room. But my hair always gets too warm too quickly. It picks up red like, you know, who's red? It picks up red like, you know, Pippa Longstocking or whatever, very quickly. And so I went yesterday, my normal colourist wasn't there, and I said to the other lady, and she said, I'm going to strip out. So she used something to cleanse out the build-up of all my toners, and now I just feel the perfect shade of hair colour that I've had in the last 9 months. So,
And which brushes are you using?
Real Techniques.
Very good. Pixie Woof.
Yeah.
So, for me, I had this colour on at lunch. You see, it's very different. So I look at the colour on Ellie, look at those green eyes, go, wah! Okay. But Ellie is what we call a unicorn, because Ellie is, you know, unicorn hair. She always has the most beautiful hair. And I have never met any woman who does mad colours on her hair which so suit your skin and your eye. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people think, I want to run away from me, so I'm going to colour my hair madly.
Yeah.
And they do it in a way to stop you looking at them. But with Ellie, it makes me mesmerised to look at your skin combinations with your eyes, because it really flatters, and I love that you take care with it. So not many people would say, I have purple hair with a olive skin and a green eye, but this is your favourite colour?
It's one of my favourite colours, yeah. I like to do a combination of purples and pinks. This is actually a washout of a nice purple.
I'm talking about Dahlia.
Oh,
I love
Dahlia.
your hair. Because
Dahlia. And then what I like about Dahlia is, because purples are one of my favourite colours, and it's a nice opposing colour for green, I really do like wearing them, especially the purple eyeshadow.
It completes your look, doesn't it? It really does. And for me, it's something that I always feel with this colour. Is that Lila? Yeah, that's Lila. Hold on, let's just tell Lila. we're chatting. Barney, I'm doing a live. Are you watching me? Yeah, okay, I'm doing a live on TRINNY London. Can I call you in 2 minutes? All right, darling. Love you, bye. And it's like that kind of, you can't talk to me now, right? For me, this is one of my favourite colours with a darker colour, so like charcoal grey, a navy, but it's to me a quite eveningy colour. But I wore it today weirdly with my mum for lunch, and then halfway through lunch I changed to Valentina because I was showing her the colours. But I think with blue eyes it's very good, but we've had it on Audrey, who's got hazel eyes,
and it looks really
on darker skin shades. It looks amazing. I'd like to say which is the most versatile of lip love, but they're all
really versatile.
So we've only done mainly 2 for each match to me, but this is the one time I'd say feel free to disobey the rules. Some people have got all 4. Okay, that's Dahlia. Mwah. I'm going closer, Ellie, going closer. You can see. Okay, I now need some remover. Thank you. So I'm going to take that off. And also, when you're doing a strong lip, think about your blusher, because I think you have a tiny bit on.
I don't today, actually.
I generally need blusher with a strong lip. So I've got Electra on, just as a little blush, and I've got Wisdom on my eye. And because I've got on a darker lip, I just put a paler eye on. What are we going to do next?
Let's do Valentina.
We're going to do Valentina. Valentina is named after... In the lab where Sasha and I go, there's a wonderful woman who is in Italy, and she's responsible for, we give her colours, and she kind of gets them to the colour we want. And she's the most magnificent Italian woman. So we thought she's the lipstick queen, and she understands textures, and she developed this with us. We named this after her, Valentina, so that's why it's called that, to celebrate all the Italian women in the world. And this is...
Metallic red, it's beautiful.
I could nearly, it's like eating the best ice cream or having sex when you put on this colour. It's just, this colour makes me feel so confident. I think that's what lips can do. They can give you that, you know, if you, first thing in the morning and you want to put something on and you don't have time to do a lot, do a lip.
Yeah, this is really nice if you're doing just like mascara all over the eye and then nice bright.
I'm really just putting it on quickly. There. Different look again. So with you, when I look at that, you see what I'm going to do, Ellie, stay there a second. Because some people suit a red with white or with black more. So I'm just going to, come with me, I'm just going to do that. See, look at that. It's now taken your eyes to a different colour. It's fab. Whereas for me, I might do it with, because I kind of love this colour with white.
Yeah.
You know?
That looks really beautiful.
And I'm the kind of person that when I wear a red lip, I wear white. I wear a white dress or a white top and have a bright lip. Whereas if I wear black, it just isn't the same thing. I think it's more aging, oddly. White. So balancing out the colour you're wearing with the colour of the lip is kind of important too. Yeah. So how that works. Okay, so that
Next
was
one.
Valentina. Kiss the camera.
Mwah.
so happy to do that. I'm so happy these are out. It's like Sasha and I and Ellie and Katie and everyone who works here just had to secretly wear them because we were waiting to have them come out, weren't we?
Yeah.
Which is your favourite?
Dahlia.
Dahlia. Which is your favourite? You tried one yet? Have I tried
No,
one?
we haven't tried one on. They were very evening.
Okay, now we're going to do, what are we going to do next?
Can I give you
Darling, which one are we going to do next? Should we do Katinka?
Katinka, yeah, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, I've tried them on.
We can do Katinka.
End on a bright.
Let's do Katila.
We got.
Let's do Talinka. Katinka.
I don't know what it is.
There we go. So Katinka is named after a really good friend of mine. I was saying this on my Facebook this morning, and Katinka had a lovely house and a fantastic mum and brother. And when I was about 28, I met my first husband, and I would always go to her house to secretly meet him. And that was Katinka that kind of instigated, and you know when somebody helps you at the beginning to navigate a relationship, and that was Katinka. So this is named after her. And this is what colour, how would you best describe it? Because I've got a little bit of other colour in it now.
It's like it's almost like a.
You got it
I've
there?
got it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like copper and rose gold had a baby together.
and it's a colour shift almost to it as well. It's
Yeah.
got that duochrome colour shift.
Duochrome colour shift. Some people are super techno. And I know what you mean. So
It'll be £58.
there
It looks
we
so.
go.
It looks so different on both of you.
I know.
Yeah, because some people have got lighter lips.
Some people
and
it looks really brown on some people.
So, what's interesting with me for this one, anyway, Katinka, mother of 4, hardly wears any makeup, and I sent it to her. She's become quite obsessed with our makeup, and she loves the colour. They both, Sasha and Katinka, love the colour, so it's such relief. So, I suit this, Ellie, weirdly. I feel washed out with it like this, but if I wear black, which I very rarely wear,
Sorry, if you could just remove the card, then I can see the lip.
I think it's quite interesting with black.
Did you want to?
And it gives a different look. And do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
It sort of gives it a sultriness. And then with the white, it's nice, but I just oddly prefer it with the darker. So when I wear navy, I wear this colour, like Katinka. And with you, it's a different colour than with me, because your skin is more olive, your lip pigment is different. But it's,
I really love this one.
yeah, it's like a slightly more red on you. isn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got naturally quite red lips, so
Yeah.
then
It
what
picks
you
it
have
up.
is it picks up in that
Yeah.
way. And but it's actually Dahlia and Katinka are kind of like, when it comes to colours, Dahlia's top and then Katinka is
For
what
you.
I want next.
Okay, there we go. This is Katinka. Mwah. Okay, and last but not least,
Sasha.
Sasha. I feel you two should do it next, by the way. I think Ellie should film you and you should do it next, so we can just, whilst we're...
A Sasha.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think
Yeah.
it's a Sasha.
I hope you want
We
to
can-
Sasha?
We can try
Oh my
Sasha.
God. Okay, so I'm going to try Sasha, putting my grey jumper back on, because I think I would wear Sasha. So let me tell you about Sasha. Sasha's brother was my best friend. He was the nicest man in the entire world, called Carlos, and he died. And I love Sasha dearly. And you know when you've had a lot of memories in somebody's home, and she had a house in Greece, and she is Greek. And I just have lots of great memories of my life with things I did with Sasha, which kind of, you know, everything to me has
This one
some...
I don't mind putting on with my finger because it's just a bit lighter.
It is, isn't it? So let's put it on with our fingers. So when I put this on with my finger, I'm going to show you how I do it. Everyone has a different way. It's a bit messy, but we have our cleans for that. So I take a bit like that, like I'm working the product, and then I warm it up with my finger, and I put it on like that. And when I do Sasha, I also take the last bit of it that's on my finger, and I just make a little bit of blush. You can do this with all of them, but it's a particularly pretty colour. These are all great blush colours, by the way.
Very nice.
Same
But
as
it's
well.
really, really pretty. I forget how much I love Sasha as a woman and as a colour. But it's really easy, that as a colour, and warming, and just because this is more like a nude,
Yeah.
but it still has the metallic. It gives you a lift, and a normal nude wouldn't give you the lift this gives. And I love this lift.
I love this colour as well, actually.
You know what? We
Just-
both look good in all of them.
And because of the redness of my lips, it doesn't look too nude
Yeah.
in colour. It's quite
Exactly.
nice.
So, I'd say what's interesting in Match to me is that there are some people, this is just life, there are some people who have a combination of skin, hair and eye,
Yeah.
which makes the spectrum of the colours they can wear very broad. And I'm sure you've noticed this, darling, from women you've made up.
Oh yeah.
And I'm one of those, and you are too, oddly. And that's probably more with women with a slightly olive skin which hasn't got too much green in it, and with an eye that's a colour that's bright. You know what I mean, like a blue or a green.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
totally
I
agree.
think some of the people who, and this so oddly applies to clothing as well, but when I'm dressing women for this morning, some of the hardest women to find which colour suits them are a sallow olive with a brown eye
Yeah.
and a slightly dull brown hair. And just finding the colours that bring life to them. Oddly, it's weird colours like a rose blush, which you think is going to drain
Yeah.
everyone, but suddenly is a lovely soft shade, or a mustard, which brings out the yellow and the brown of their eye. But finding those colours is harder. So their Match to me might be a narrower refinement, which is why we do kind of, like on blushes, we give you 2 generally, because I could wear 3. So I could wear Katrin and Electra and Wigs. I wouldn't wear Schmuggy because it's too blue, but some people would only get 2. And I think with Eyes to Eyes, some people might suit 8. So you might be sitting there thinking, there's colours I like that aren't included in the 6 that I'm being offered, and that's because we just said, let's cap it at 6, give you your 6 best. But there are some women who come in here who will suit 8 of our 12. And I think with Lip Love,
You get
It's-
some people that just suit all of them, yeah.
I know.
And but I think they're really versatile. I like putting, like, especially over Sasha, this one a bit of Lila.
oh, you see, but she's such a mixer. Are you a mixer, darling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, that's what. Imagine if you were in powders, you couldn't mix.
Exactly.
So that's why we're green.
Yeah.
So you can literally be the little painter in your house. Anyway, we've had time to do this. I think what would be great, just if you're around, ladies, is what would you like to see, if any of you are watching, you're probably having lunch, what would you like to see Katie and Ellie do whilst we've got a bit of time? But they need to pee and go to the loo and stuff. And
Message us and let us know.
Yeah, message us and let us know. And then maybe you could show Lily. Could you show on Lily? Because Lily has an interesting skin, hair and eye. And just do the 4 colours on Lily. And people can vote which colour they think is best.
Okay.
Or we could do stories and just do colours on stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you do stories and just faff around with different colours? Because it's a lip love celebration day. Anyway, ladies, as I bash around the set, I'm going to go off now, and I'll be back soon. So if anyone's coming to Trinny London, I might see you later. Say bye, Ellie.
Bye.